Good morning. It is Friday morning here, and we are filming for a couple of days. But I just wanted to just give you a little guided tour of the garden before we start filming, because we're taking some of the saplings down either today or tomorrow. I'm not sure what the filming schedule is as yet. It was the last time these tiny little trees, they're probably about 25 foot tall, but they at some stage there was a bigger tree there and they've been knocked down, and the smaller shoots have come up and they've not been maintained. So anyway, we're taking it down, and that will give us a great view of the Pyrenees when they're visible, and they're not visible today. Anyway, so I thought we'd start here. There's the house. This is our wood stack. This is all the timber that some of the timber that we've knocked down. This is where we store it for seasoning, and it'll be ready to burn probably next winter, most of it. Some of it, the silver stuff, is ready now. So this is our garden. These are our pampas grass. They're awful. I hate pampas grass. We've got this tree, is a beautiful one with the white flowers on. It's called an Indian bean tree, and it's you see it quite a lot here in France. It grows really quite well, but this is just beautiful, and it's right out in flower at the moment. It just looks really, really nice. This one here is a ginkgo. We're so lucky to have a ginkgo. You can tell by the falling in the hole. You can see by the shape of the leaves, this sort of fan shapes. This one here is a mulberry, and there are, if I can find them, there are mulberries growing on it. They're not quite ripe yet. Where? There's some up there. Let me take you up there. So this is the sort of end of the so-called formal bit of the garden, and this area of long grass here and here is not being cut because it was disturbed last December by the wild boar. So you can see on the ground here, I've managed to cut this bit as a path through. But you can see how the wild boar just are snuffing around. I guess they're looking for acorns or truffles or whatever they're looking for. So I can't really cut this at the moment. It's a bit difficult to cut. But the plan is when the pool is installed, then we'll use the soil for that to fill in all the holes. So this is the lower meadow. This is the shade meadow. And there was a fallen tree from about here. I think I put a video in about a month or so ago when we cut the top and cut all the top branches off. But since then we've cut the stems, the higher stems and the lower stems. I'll take you down into the woods and show you. You can see how big it was. You can see how wide it was. And there's the root. There's the root ball. There's the root in there. Now our garden goes right down to the end. There's a bit of woodland. It goes right down to the end to the farmer's field. Hopefully you can see it through there. I'll take you up here. And this is really shady, this bit. It's really, really nice. You notice the difference in the temperature. It's a noticeable sort of 2 or 3 degrees cooler down there. Now, this is where we're having our pool. I don't know whether you pick it up on the screen, but we put pegs in to illustrate where we're having it. It's a 4 metre by 8 metre, and we thought, that'd be big enough, miles big enough for us. But now we've pegged it out, it just looks so small. Safi's come to say hello this morning. Hello, Saf. Meow, 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 meow. Moving on from the shaded meadow, this is I'm walking across our main meadow, and this sort of encompasses the area that we've left to go wild. So this is our wildflower meadow here, and if I turn around, you can see where the trailer is down there. There are 3 trees in there. I say about 20-25 foot tall, but they're spindly ones. But this is blocking our view of the Pyrenees, so they're the ones that are coming out today. We're umming and ahhing whether to take this small oak. The electric company have sheared the top of it a few years back, and they just come around and they take the tops off the trees regardless when they start interfering with the electric cables. And this is on the verge of where can I show you? It's on the verge of touching the cables, so we may have to take that one down as well. This here is our walnut tree, and we have a red squirrel that lives in here called Walnut. We know officially that's his name because we've seen his birth certificate. This is our fig, and this was the whole area was covered, and so we sort of discovered the fig, but it's grown in 2 places. It's grown upwards there, and it's grown outwards here. So we've got to do whichever side we take off. If we take the bottom side off, that'll mean we can get through and clear it with a lawnmower. But it's all leggy up the top, and all the growth is right at the top. But if we take the top off, we can't get to the bottom. So I don't know what we're going to do. I think probably I'm in favour of cutting it down, probably about the 8-foot level, and then we'll forego the figs for a couple of years, and while it sort of regenerates, but it should regenerate a little bit lower. So this is the corner. Now we're at the corner of where our garden is, and this is our view. It's such a shame you can't see the Pyrenees from here, but you might be able to make out right on the horizon the church, and that's the view that we want, because the Pyrenees are right behind it. This whole area here we've cleared. This was all brambles when we moved in, and this is where we planted this is our wildflower meadow. This is our lavender field, and it's really starting to come out now. The colours are looking, the lavender flowers are just looking really, really lovely. So I'll just take you up here. Now this eyesore is this is a bramble bush, a thicket that's been here, and it's been a bit of a sort of the elephant in the room. And we've got to get around to doing it, but we haven't done yet. It's a good 2 or 3 days work to get rid of this, but this is probably bigger than my garden was, or our garden was in London. So this comes up to the top of the mint meadow, and just so you know where you are, the wildflower meadow is over there. Let's get rid of that notification. This is the corner of our posture, and this was all. There was a fallen tree here, right on the corner, and you can see where the tree's still alive and it's still growing. This is where we've planted up our orchard. Early days yet. We've got 5 trees in it. We'll get another half dozen trees this winter. And hopefully they'll start producing fruit within a couple of years, which will be good. So now we're at the top. Didn't clear that up from yesterday. This is where the bees are. Busy, busy bees. Don't know if you can hear them on there, but They're busy making honey for us. This is the area where we keep chickens. She's looking for breakfast. Well, her second breakfast. She's had breakfast already. So this is where we keep chickens. Another stack of timber. This was from another tree that had fallen down a couple of years ago. And this is the working side, really. These are our grass clippings out of sort of haystacks. There's these, and there's two more further down that where we put the grass for all the where we store the grass, where we deposit all the grass. Oh, chickens, small chickens, chooks. So this is the other corner of the pasture. Here's another tree that had been cut down a couple of years ago, and we uncovered a couple of electricity company pylons. Now we used this as a bonfire yesterday to try and get rid of some of the rubbish that we had, hoping that the tree would burn down, but it's not really done much. So some more work needed on that one. This is the side end of our gîte. This is where we've done the first stage of the columbaging, and the other side it looks out onto the wildflower meadow. And we're back up at the house again. We've still got some work to do inside the gîte. Still not ready to open. These were the logs that were left over from the tree that we cut down the other week. You can see they weigh a ton. You can see how big they are, so you can guess how heavy they are. And come past the front door, which we never use because we always use the kitchen. And this comes back into the outside kitchen. So there you go. Nice little tour for you. Have a good day.